I have five little daughters that look up to me, and that's my purpose in life.
Welcome to Onward and Upward with Leslie E. Royal. I'm Leslie, and I will be interviewing exceptional African American women who have made an amazing difference in their local and global community. One such exceptional woman is Kelli Ferrell, who is the owner of Nana's Chicken-N-Waffles in Conyers, Georgia, and also an author of an amazing cookbook called Cooking with Kelli. Welcome, Kelli.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
It is indeed a pleasure having you, and thank you so much for taking time out of the super busy schedule that you have at the restaurant to speak with me. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you. Thank you again. I'm super excited to be here and can't wait to chat it up.
Well, it is indeed a pleasure. I tell you, I admire you indeed. I've been following you on social media. I've heard about your wonderful restaurant. My husband dropped in several months ago and came and told me you have to visit this place called Nana's Chicken-N-Waffles. And as the Ashro team and I talked about the women that we wanted to have for this 10-part series, you were one of the first on my list. So thank you for accepting the invitation.
Thank you so much for having me. I am super excited and I can't wait for you to come and try the restaurant, hopefully very soon.
Well, I certainly look forward to it. And now let me ask you, Miss Kelli, your Nana. We want to hear about your Nana. What were life's lessons? What are some of the life lessons that your Nana taught you?
Well, I can tell you some of the life lessons she's still teaching me. And one thing I can always say that she's constantly instilled in me, and probably her other granddaughters and grandchildren as well, is just to never give up, just constantly always go for it. Um, and always make sure that you are saying your prayers. It's so important. Always make sure that God is involved in every single aspect of what I do in life. So,
Nana is a wise woman. Well, I
yes.
know that I tell you, I have a lot of questions, and I'm going to be checking back to my at with my notes because I want to make certain that I get them all in.
Okay.
But now, what made you decide to open Nana's Chicken-N-Waffles?
Let me tell you something. I question myself every day, but it has been an absolute blessing. It truly has been a blessing. My husband and I did a vision board a few years ago. And on that vision board, I told the same story. On that vision board, we had so many different things. And a breakfast restaurant was on there, and just vacations and homes and cars, and just how we envision our lives to be with us and our children. And from there, I mean, we birthed Nana's Chicken-N-Waffles. Had no idea I would even be in the industry. You know, I'm a self-taught chef. You know, I didn't go to any culinary school or any extravagant, cooking classes. It was just more of self-taught from my mom and my grandmother.
Well, I tell you what, Kelli, they taught you well. Your wonderful restaurant is the talk of Atlanta. You
Thank
are on cooking series, you appear on syndicated national talk shows, you appear on local television stations and things of that nature. And so we really, really, really love Nana's Chicken-N-Waffles here in Metro Atlanta.
thank you so much. And I'm super excited. I've been just extremely blessed um, by the overwhelming support just from people everywhere. And I really feel like I'm at a time in my life right now where I'm doing what I love and I'm really walking in my purpose. And it feels really, really good.
And that is indeed a wonderful feeling to do what you were called to do.
Yes. Yes.
Now, What advice would you give to women who want to be entrepreneurs as well?
Advice for women, it would just be to, you got to go for it. You have a lot of people that will tell you, well, it's not going to work, or it's not the right timing, or you don't have the experience, or you don't have the background. And, you can't really listen to the naysayers. You just have to go when I'm a spiritual person. And I believe when God plants something inside of you, it's just for you. And sometimes it's so big that other people won't even be able to see it, right? But you have to do what works best for you and what you believe in. And you just take your time and birth it. It doesn't happen overnight. When I first started Nana's Chicken-N-Waffles, we didn't have money for advertising and things like that. For the first year, it was me working every aspect, from manager to cook to every part of the business. And we got very popular probably within that year, but it was from word of mouth. And it was so many people just, word of mouth and telling a friend and telling a friend. And it just took time, you know what I mean? But it's been amazing. So the advice would be, you got to go do what works best for you, and take your time. And don't listen to the no's. If I would have listened to the no's, I don't know where I would be right now. I had so many people telling me, no, you don't have the experience. No, you don't have enough money. No, not in Conyers, but yes. And we made it. We made it to our 4th year in business, and I'm super duper excited.
Congratulations to you. And I'm glad that you did not listen to the naysayers, because where would we be
Yeah.
if you did? And I love that you shared what God has for you is for you. So you
Yes.
just have to follow that voice within and seek Him in prayer. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I've been excited all week. I've been talking about you every day this week. And my husband goes, well, did you interview Kelly yet? No, not Kelly. Did you interview Nana's Chicken-N-Waffles yet? Yes,
That sounds about right. And
that's right. That's
I
right.
know.
And
I'm
what were
sorry.
you saying? What were you saying?
No, I said, I know it took us some time to get together, but I'm glad we finally got to do so.
Well, I thank you so much. I know you're really, really, really busy, and the restaurant is bustling, and you took the time to speak with me, and I really appreciate that. That was so kind of you.
Thank you.
Well, I want to talk a minute
Okay.
about this beautiful book called Cooking with Kelli. I
Yes.
tell you, Miss Kelli, I have never seen, and you see my library, you see my books behind me.
Yes.
I
Yes.
am a journalist. I've been a journalist for over 25 years. And I
Wow.
have done book reviews since the very beginning. And I can honestly tell you, I have never seen a more beautiful and engaging cookbook in my life.
Wow. Thank you so much. Oh
My,
my God.
ple- my pleasure. And I tell you, when my husband brought this home, and I saw the beautiful gift wrap box. I thought he was bringing me a gift. I said, "What is that?" He goes, "Well, you have to try this restaurant called Nana's Chicken-N-Waffles. And she sells her cookbook, and I bought her cookbook. And I went, and her cookbook came in a gift box. And so I have to unwrap this gift right here. So,
Yay.
okay, so it says Cooking with Kelli. And it
Yeah.
has your website, www.cookingwithkelly.com. And the K is Cooking with Kelli with a K both times, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so you've got this wonderful ribbon, right?
Yes.
And I opened it. Oh my goodness. I open it and I see this beautiful box says, let's eat. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. And the next thing I see is that it has special gift paper, special tissue paper that says Cooking with Kelli. And I'm
Yes.
thinking, oh my goodness. And it just keeps getting better. So I'm going to take
Wow.
this beautiful cookbook out.
Okay.
I'll set this beautiful box to the side. And this beautiful cookbook is called Cooking with Kelli, a collection of family recipes from Nana's Chicken-N-Waffles. So this is
Yeah.
what this beautiful book looks like. And so
Wow.
can you tell us what made you decide to write such a wonderful cookbook?
Well, I am just super proud that I was able to do so. It's probably one of the toughest, hardest things in my entire life, was writing a book. You know, if people, women like us, where we're self-taught cooks, we don't write down recipes. You know, we do a pinch here, a splash there, um, taste it, not a lot of measuring and things like that. So that was the toughest part, was really putting together all of the recipes for someone to follow. Um, but I was super excited to do it. I was the first person in my family to ever write a book, which I was super proud of. And I wanted to give my daughters, you know, I have 5 daughters. I wanted to give them something to be proud of as well. And just to show you that you can accomplish anything. The book for me was, my background is in fashion merchandising and design and had nothing to do with food. So the book for me, I just wanted it to be a representation of who I am. You know, a lot of people didn't know me, and I always like to try and stay behind the scenes a little bit when it comes to the restaurant. But I wanted it to be a representation of who I am as a cook, as a mom, as a wife, as an entrepreneur. Um, and most importantly, you know, and my love for fashion. So I wanted it to just not just be a basic cookbook. I wanted it to be an experience where women can feel good, and you do feel like you're getting this amazing gift in packaging, and you feel really good when you wear your heels to the kitchen and you grab your bottle of wine, and then you're preparing your meal for your family. Because let's be clear, I mean, we're running all day long doing so many different hats. So I wanted it to be exciting, you know, to come and cook into the kitchen, and to be a little piece of art in everyone's kitchen. So I didn't want it to just be your traditional cookbook with black and white images, and I wanted it to be vibrant and full of life and fun and food and fashion. And those are the two things that I love.
I love it. You did an exceptional job incorporating all of those things. You
Thank
incorporated fashion shoots, beautiful pictures of yourself in it. You incorporated a handwritten recipe that I absolutely loved. You incorporated the Fab Five, those beautiful babies of yours. And
Yeah.
I feel like you saved the best for last. My husband is so supportive of me and all that I do. And you had a picture of you and hubby. I think you were in Paris.
Yeah, we were in Paris.
Yes, yes. You can
Yes,
see I was
yes.
ready for this interview.
I, you know all about it. Yes, I love
Yes,
it.
yes, indeed. And I've got a few questions about these recipes.
Yes, let's go for
Okay. Now let's talk about, and I'm reading because I don't want to miss any of them.
it. Okay.
Southern cornbread with corn and honey.
Yes.
Kelly's honey fried chicken. Southern deviled eggs. Gertha May's southern potato salad. Crab mac and cheese.
Yes.
And Chicken-N-Waffles. And these are wonderful, wonderful, wonderfully delicious Southern staples. Why did you select these recipes for this book?
I just thought back to things that I loved to eat as a child, things that I cooked with my mom and grandmother, things that my husband loved to eat as a child. You know, I grew up in Baltimore. My husband grew up in Louisiana. Um, so Gertha May is my mother-in-law, and she makes the best potato salad. So I wanted to incorporate that in the book. You know, Nana, who has inspired a lot of the recipes, um, she can't even go to a party without making deviled eggs. It's always requested. So I just wanted to think of things that we love eating, comfort foods, things that we can, that are like pantry friendly, something that you don't necessarily have to go out to the store and buy or find a certain spice in a spice market. I wanted it to be simple and easy for the working mom and the fashionista and, you know, the stay home at mom. I just wanted it to be a simple book, but with great recipes with a twist, you know, something that you would feel confident in. And if you needed to take a dish over to a girlfriend's house or make something for Thanksgiving dinner, just something fun and easy.
I love it. And I'm glad you said easy. I was about to say that because looking at the book, it is just so user friendly and it seems as if it's really easy. As long as we follow your instructions, we can get a delightfully delicious meal prepared for our family. So I love it. I love it.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I want to talk about two more. Let's talk about two more entrees. There is the Cajun pear stuffed Cornish hens,
Yes.
the skillet fried cabbage, and there's one more. There's the grilled veggie kebabs. Why was it important for you to include healthy recipes in this book?
So it was super important just because from time to time we eat healthy. I wanted to make sure that my vegetarian friends or followers or customers or guests that they had some options as well. It's so funny with the Cornish game hens, the stuffed pear Cornish game hens that I did. I actually featured those on Food Network for the Thanksgiving challenge that I did for the month of November, and we won that round. So I was super excited, but I wanted to just make sure I incorporated really fun, again, easy ingredients. And I mean, you can stuff Cornish hens with anything and they'll be absolutely amazing. But I just wanted to kind of put my twist on things again and just make it fun and of course healthy. I mean, of course we're going to have some Southern favorites. I love Southern food. You know, they say that Baltimore is kind of in the South. So I believe my mother's always cooked like very Southern. So I've never really had, you know, she's always made like two meats on Sundays. You know, we have mac and cheese, fried cabbage, you know, the list goes on and on. Fried corn, it always goes on and on. So I just wanted to, you know, just kind of do like childhood favorites. So the veggie kebabs are something that like I came up with. So that's something that I do for my family, especially like when we cook out on the grill for the summers. And again, just incorporating simple ingredients that's user friendly. And I also wanted to make sure that people know to put their own twist on the recipes, because even though I give you a step-by-step guide, it's not necessarily that your family might not eat this or the family might not eat that, especially with my twins. They are such picky eaters. So one person eats this, the other person doesn't eat that, but just showing them how you can kind of be creative with your food.
I love it. I love it. And I tell you, there are those with that sweet tooth, and
Yeah.
I am one of them. So I love my Southern comfort food. So I'm glad you have all these great recipes. Occasionally, I love my healthy foods,
Yeah.
but all the time, I
Right.
love my sweets. So we've got uh, Nana's banana bread, and
Yeah.
we've got the Southern sweet potato pie. So tell us why you decided to place those recipes in the book.
Well, banana bread is something that's been in that recipe has been in my family for so many generations. It's always been one of my favorite childhood things, again, to eat. My great Nana's mother used to make that for us all the time when she lived in Eastern Shore, Maryland, and we used to travel all the time. And when we went, she would always make us fresh banana bread. It was the best thing growing up as a child. And she would have like nuts in it. She would put nuts in it. So now, even as an adult, it's just one of those things that I love and enjoy making. I'll have a piece with my coffee in the morning. It's simple. And the kids love it too. They love when Nana comes over and bakes banana bread. And we also offer it in the restaurant from time to time, depending on when she's in the mood to make it. So people know, did Nana make banana bread? Not this week. And then the sweet potato pie. I mean, that's a staple, and I feel like in everyone's household. I don't care, black, white, Asian, green, purple. It doesn't matter. Everyone loves sweet potato pie. And I just think it's such a classic dish. Just putting my spin on it. Putting my spin on a classic dish is, you know.
I love it. I love it. And I tell you, I will call ahead to
Yes.
find out when Nana is going to bake the banana bread.
Yes. Yes. Let me know. Let me know.
So thank you for letting me know, giving me that heads up.
Yeah.
So I tell you, I want to, first, before I ask this next question, let me ask you this. You are so creative. I tell you, you are brilliant. Oh my goodness, I am so impressed. So, what inspired you to be so creative, to excel at what you do? Because some of us may feel we do great and we're good here, but you're like way up there, right? So, why is it important to you to excel at such a level?
Well, it's not even so many people. I have 5 little daughters that look up to me, and that's my purpose in life. That is one of my reasons for probably overworking um, and reaching goals, is because I want to make sure that they see mommy being successful as well as daddy. It's just one of those things where it can be an equal success rate. Um, and I just feel like I have so much to prove. Breaking generational curses. That's right there is like a major factor. Um, I think it's just all in purpose. I think it's all in my purpose. And I was even having this conversation the other day with one of my vendors, and he said, the restaurant is doing so amazing and you guys are making it through this pandemic and things are good. And I'm like, you know what, they are. And he said, what? And he asked me, he said, what keeps you going? And I said, at this point, I don't even think it's about the restaurant. I think it's about helping people. And I'm so glad and grateful that I'm in a position where I can help people, because it's a lot of people right now that are going through so much. And I'm not even talking about just gifting them something. It's more of I'm able to give jobs and I'm able to help with certain things. And the restaurant is the pushing factor behind that. But the purpose that God put me in was to help others. And I never want to take that for granted. So I'm happy that I can really be in a position right now to really just still have my staff, us not need anything, um, and just being able to be open for business. Because I mean, a few months ago, I didn't know what was going to happen, but I'm so grateful for the overwhelmingly support of help, from the community that has literally left. We've been able to stay open and excel, in what we're doing. I mean, we have not missed a beat, not one beat. And I mean, we have half of the restaurant open and the other half is closed. So we're doing every other table, but people are still coming in getting to go orders. I mean, if God is all up in that thing, so I don't even, it's nothing that you can tell me, but we are extremely blessed. And I'm just grateful that he chose me. I am so grateful that he chose me. So my purpose is so much more than finances or material things. Is so much more than that. And I'm just grateful. I'm sorry you hear the dog in the background.
Oh,
She's
we
like,
love dogs. Love dogs. That's totally cool. Totally
um,
cool.
so yeah, so it's so much more than that. It's having a purpose in life, and I'm grateful that I know what my purpose is.
And that's wonderful. And that is certainly a testimony that you know what your purpose is and you walk in your purpose. So
Yes.
that is wonderful. That is certainly a testimony that you know what your purpose is and you walk in your purpose. Yes,
Yes.
indeed. I tell you, okay, now I've got to read a page in this beautiful book.
Okay.
And you will recognize it. Oh, and I love this. You don't see this. Oh my goodness. The ribbon that holds my space.
Yes.
I didn't have to put a sticky note on here to go to page 27. So, oh my goodness, this page is beautiful. That's one
Thank
of the wonderful glamour shots of
you.
beautiful Miss Kelly in the book. I love that you're there with the grocery buggy because you know, as women, we do our thing. We're going to do our grocery shopping for our family, and we
Yes.
want to look good while we do it.
Yes.
And but I tell you, Kelly, this is what got me. And I want to read it because I think it will bless other our viewers that are watching.
Okay.
And this is what this beautiful lady said. I got hired. I got fired. I got hired. Quit a job. Hired myself. Started a business. Building a brand. Found a dream. To be continued. And I love that, to be continued. That inspired me. And so why is it important that in spite of life's obstacles, we should move on?
I mean, everyone faces challenges, even in my day-to-day life right now. And that's why it's always to be continued, because you just never know where your path might lead you. But it's just, just staying inspired and staying motivated to just keep going. No matter what, it's okay to work for someone else. Everyone isn't supposed to be an entrepreneur. Everyone isn't built to be an entrepreneur. But I think when you're happy at doing what you love, I think that's most important. For me, I love people. I have a passion for people. I love people. I'm a people's person. Invite me somewhere, I'm coming. I love to talk. I love to meet new people, try new things. I'm down for it. So I think just finding out what works best for you and your happy place. What is your happy place? But the journey is your journey, and no one can ever change that. So you have to do, I was an entrepreneur. I worked for people. I did. I got hired somewhere. I got fired at a job before. It was, oh my God, it was devastating. But, that was all a part of the journey and where I am now. And it makes me such a better person. I've learned so much just from other people and other experiences in life. And I think that makes me who I am today when it comes to leading my team. I hate to say boss because I'm not a boss. I lead my team and I work just as hard as they do. And I think that's what makes people successful, is when you are a great leader.
I love it. I love it. Not a boss, but a leader. You lead your team. I love
Yes.
that. Well, Miss Kelly, what does onward and upward mean to you?
Onward and upward. I think it means heading to going to better beginnings, heading to better beginnings. I think shooting for the stars, just continue to go and continue to strive and reach your goals. And I think that's what we're all trying to do in 2020. We
I
can't let it stop us.
I love that. Oh my goodness, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
And Miss Kelly, how does your faith keep you grounded?
I mean, that's all I have, in your darkest moments and your craziest times, and when you feel like you can't even talk to anyone to understand, spiritually, for me, I go in my closet. And I just, sit there and I pray and I read scriptures. And I came from a praying grandmother, honey. So she, she will send me a Bible verse in a heartbeat. But I believe when, you know, you keep yourself grounded and whoever your higher power is, I think that's what you need to rely on, because that's the only person that's going to make a way and make it things, you know, happen. So I am blessed. I am extremely, extremely blessed. And I never take that for granted.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Well, I tell you, Miss Kelli, I've enjoyed my time with you today and learning so much about all of these beautiful recipes and getting inspired by you as an entrepreneur and a professional woman. And we want to keep the conversation going, so we want to follow you.
Yeah,
So, can you share your websites for Cooking with Kelli and for Nana's Chicken and Waffles and your social media handles as well?
absolutely. So Nana's Chicken and Waffles is just Nana's, Nanas, and A&D, Chicken and Waffles, nanachickenandwaffles.com. And then our social media handles for that is we're on Facebook, Nana's Chicken and Waffles. We're on Instagram, Nana's Chicken and Waffles. We also have another Instagram, Sweet Nana's Waffles. When it's coming out with some waffle mix. And then we have Cooking with Kelli, and cooking is with the K, Cooking with Kelli, KELLI.com. Instagram is Cooking with the K, with Kelli with an I on Instagram. Yep. Make sure you
Excellent.
follow.
Absolutely. And one last thing, Nana's Chicken and Waffles is a wonderful brick and mortar restaurant. Can you provide that address for us?
Yes. So it is 1040 Flat Shoals Road, Conyers, Georgia, 30013.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Welcome
New
to.
coming soon.
Oh yeah. Oh, say that again.
New locations coming soon.
We look forward to it. We look forward to the Nana's Chicken and Waffles all over. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with me today. Congratulations to you on doing such exceptional things, and
Thank you.
have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you so much.